hello. I'm probably riding my bike, or drinking coffee, or eating something delicious. Come and join me for this beautiful day, national holiday in Korea, and to get out of the city. I love living in Seoul, but sometimes I just need to get somewhere quieter, even if it's just for the day. This is the way down to the Han River. I usually go straight over this bridge for my commute, but today I'm going east towards Oksu Station, where I'll get the train out to Gapyeong in the countryside, just outside of Seoul. There are other stations with more frequent trains, but this one is right next to the Han River bike path, so I like to take this. And here it is, Oksu Station, about 15-minute ride from my house, which is pretty sweet. Just straight off the bike path. I was going to show you that you can get the elevator straight up, but today the elevator was out of order, so I took the stairs and into the station. This food stands right next to the platform that I take, and I always end up getting some rice rolls and kimbap. 주문할게요. 불닭 김밥 2개랑 참치 마요 2개 주세요. Almost forgot how to speak Korean there. Ordered some spicy chicken and tuna mayo. Here's some other delicious street food. A couple of minutes wait for the train. Super easy to find with a bike train. Well, it says on my ticket, but also these handy pictures are on the floor. Onto the train. Always surprised when there are no other bikes there. Just a quick 45-minute train and we're already in Gapyeong, and it's already such a difference. Surrounded by mountains, clean air. I first came to Gapyeong about 15 years ago. It had a tiny little train station. You had to walk across the train tracks to get into the town. I went to the Jarasum Jazz Festival, which is still going on. The headliner when I went was the guitarist Stanley Jordan. It was pretty awesome. Through the town, off to pick up some supplies at the convenience store or lifestyle platform. Not sure what the difference is. Right, let's go in. We'll pick up some noodles or some ramen or ramyeon as they call it here. Let's find it. Just around the corner. Here it is. I don't usually eat ramen that much, but quite like to when I'm on these kind of trips. And today I chose Ansong Tangmyeon, which I think is the best one when you're adding things. Now to find some cheese for the ramen. Couldn't find it. 아, 네.
네.
치즈 못 찾았어요.
아, 치즈.
네. I love how easy it is to find camping gas in Korea and super cheap. Now for some dessert. These biscuits I got addicted to over the summer in Japan. Super happy when I found them in Korea. I don't know what their actual name is, but I call them Atlantis biscuits. For obvious reasons, if you know Rivendell bikes. Some emergency gummies in case I run out of energy. Time to pay. Let's get on the road. So the feeling when you first get out of the town into the countryside is amazing. This is why I love riding bikes. So look at it. Today was a national holiday for Samuljo, the March 1st movement against Japanese colonialist rule in Korea. It's the beginning of the movement to independence. Korean countryside is dotted with all these jongjas around these rest areas. This one will probably be cleaned up for spring. Nice place to rest when it's hot in the summer. They don't all have kitchens, but this one will be pretty fun to hang out in. You can take your shoes off so I didn't go all the way in. Another Korean countryside speciality is indoor furniture outside. It was -6 today, but I still got really hot cycling up the hill, so take off a few layers, but keep them accessible because I'll probably need them again in a few minutes when I get cold again. It's a really perfect day for cycling. Here's the first of many stream crossings. I forgot to pedal, I was too excited and failed. Luckily I'm wearing waterproof boots. This is how waterproof they are. I came here last summer with my Atlantis with exactly the same wheels and tyres, but I think the Clem was even better on this kind of terrain. It's super smooth over these gravel paths. It was so fun. I love riding with friends too, but sometimes this solo ride is just the best. Just some time for some reflection and just to be by yourself. Right, here's the second stream crossing. After my failure last time, I told myself to keep pedalling, but I was so focused on avoiding the big rocks that I forgot to downshift and had to get off my bike here. And this stream I just thought I'd walk across instead. The Clem with the step through is super nice for carrying your bike. You just put your saddle on the shoulder and you have plenty of room. So peaceful out here. Hardly any other people. I was feeling a bit peckish, so it's time to set up for lunch. Put my jacket on because it was getting cold since I stopped cycling. Get my gas stove ready. On the menu today is cheesy ramen. Here's the ansam tangmyeon, the fake cheese, some spring onion, and an egg. Get the stove on and get the water boiling. Time to add the noodles. And the flavour packet goes in. Boil for a couple of minutes, stir it now and again. I bought this Opinel knife in the region they're made in France, and I was planning on buying one, and then I saw this one with the engraved bikes on it, which is obviously the perfect one for me. Really sharp. Perfect for slicing straight into your noodles. Slicing some green onion. A spring onion. Crack your egg in. Give it a stir. Now it's time for the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. The pièce de résistance, the finale, is the fake cheese going into the ramen. Now I know it looks pretty gross right now, but once it's melted in, it's just adds a really creamy deliciousness to the ramen noodles. Time to get my slurp on. Glorious. Of course I didn't forget the kimbap I bought at the station earlier. There's the spicy chicken one. Now it's time for some coffee outside. Oops. Let's try again. Now it's time for some coffee outside. I decided to bring my mocha pot this time. Nowadays I've been using James Hoffman's mocha pot recipe, which makes a really delicious cup of coffee. Bring the water to the boil. I just boiled it in the bottom part of the mocha pot. It's better to start with hot water so you don't burn the coffee. Some of the best beans in Seoul from Dark Edition, and this is the Tuski blend. Tuski is my friend's cafe and record shop in Haebangchang. You should check it out. Coffee into the grinder. Start grinding. I just checked the size and it seemed good enough. Getting cold just sitting there. Keep grinding. Keep moving. Use an AeroPress filter as well. You don't need to, but I think it adds another level of clarity to the coffee. Pour the coffee in. You don't need to tamp it on a mocha pot. Just tap it so it's flat. The bottom's hot, so I'll keep my glove on. Screw it on top. I've got it on a medium heat. Just keep checking for seeing when the coffee's coming out. As soon as it starts spluttering, you need to run it under a cold tap to stop, or if you haven't got a cold tap available, in your nearest ice cold stream. Now it's ready to drink. It's quite a strong cup of coffee, so I add a bit of hot water. How does it taste? The nod of approval. It was cold, so I couldn't stay still. But I was really enjoying my coffee in such beautiful surroundings. Here are the Japanese Atlantis biscuits. I think they've got a good ratio of chocolate to biscuit, with a higher amount of chocolate than biscuit. So good. Rivendell Clamsmith Jr. Bike check in the next video. Time to pack up and move on. Leaving no trace. Took all my rubbish and things with me to recycle when I get home. As we're getting higher up, it was getting quite slippy. Here's a little slip. Whoa. All good fun. These were the only people I saw the whole day up in the hills. The trail was going to get quite gnarly, so I locked up my bike. Probably didn't need to lock it up because there's no one around, but I still have the fear. And I hiked the rest of the way. But this car would be fun to ride up to. I thought it'd be more ice. I think I'd been this time of year, and it was completely frozen over. We got higher. There was more snow. Very satisfying sound, so here's another for you. This sign said, if you pick your lotto numbers next to here, then you're in the lottery. So I guess there's loads of rich people who visited here now. I've got to try later. Definitely made the right choice not to bring my bike. Hiking's fun too. Thanks a lot to the person who put these ropes here. Otherwise it would have been terrifying. And now the reason to come here. This amazing waterfall.
Pretty sweet, right?
I'm not good at speaking in the camera.
I'll show you this.
And that's why I do voiceovers. Back down to my bike, which I'm still terrified will be stolen, even though there's literally no one around. This goose did not like me. And this dog was roaming around last time I came.
You were outside last time. You were very friendly. Hello. Poor thing locked up in there.
Sad to see it in the cage, but a fun ride down. Last bit of gravel. Back onto the road. A really fun descent down back into Gapyeong town. One thing that's changed a lot in Korea over the last 15 years is the insane amount of good coffee, even in a small town like Gapyeong. This is Coffee Awaken. I visited here in the summer, I had a really good coffee, so I came back. Coffee for city boys. The interior is quite a contrast to where I was about 20 minutes ago. And these magazines explain the city boy reference. Had a double espresso. It was seriously delicious. I think the roaster Norm Core is from Australia. The very friendly barista gave me some nice filter coffee too, Ethiopian. Time for some dinner to warm me up. The owner of this restaurant told me they'd been here for 33 years, very proudly. They specialise in somori kukbap, which is cowhead soup, but I went for the Gapyeong. Gapyeong is like a spicy beef soup. This one had green onions, different mushrooms, some egg, some brisket, really smooth brisket, glass noodles. Might be the best Gapyeong I've ever had. At the end, shake your rice so it doesn't stick. Put it in the soup for some kukbap. I think this is my favourite part. And I'm a proud member of the Clean Bowl Club. Anyone's welcome to join. It's a fun club. Time to head back to Gapyeong station before it gets dark. Ready to get the train home. Hope you enjoyed my ride with me. Some more bikes on the train this time. It was nice to see a family with their bikes on the train. I think they'd made some of their own Korean flags, teguki, for the Liberation Movement Day, which was quite cute.
Please scan your QR code tickets at the gate with a scanner when you get off the train.
Back in the big city. Ready, pretty tired and ready to ride home for a good sleep. I had an amazing day. Definitely feel refreshed after a day in the countryside. I'm going to try and make a YouTube video every weekend. We'll get one released every weekend. So let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Definitely do some more bike checks, some bike interviews, coffee rides, different food. Give me any ideas. Enjoy. See you later.